A group of businessmen came to me and we proposed to the government that they want to build a railroad from Mazar-e-Sharif in Kunduz to Baghlan, from Baghlan to Kabul, Kabul to Kandahar, to Pakistan, to Nimroz, to Herat, into Jalalabad, from Kabul to Jalalabad. All 100% with their own money, provided that the government gives them the right of operation for 20 years. They did not do it. We could have had the railways by now. They wanted to do it for their own profits. So both electricity in the railroad, I personally delivered the proposal to the government. So in the future governments, what we have to do is take our budget, start our budget, spend our budget in villages, in districts, not in towns. The towns will be developed for you by the private sector. There's enough money. For example, if they allow, let me just give you, I started Illumina in 2014. People were laughing. In Kandahar, outside of Kandahar, are you crazy? Where's the money going to come from? This is what the duty of supply side is. You supply and there will be buyers, without a doubt. So I started this program, took a loan of $3 million from OPEC, which is a government bank in the United States, put $1 million of our own. We were miserable 2 years, till 2006. Miserable. We lost out our money. All of a sudden, we changed the policy. We were building the houses for them. We said, no, we'll give you the land, you build your house. When we did that, the company became so strong and so successful that is the most, unfortunately I don't have a video to show you how beautiful that is. So that became successful. In the same year, the government started this new Kabul city in the Assabs. When I went to the meeting, I warned the government that this would go bad. There's no way, because the policy was incorrect. Government, I'm sorry to say, I apologize for those working for government, but it's too corrupt of institution to be efficient. Efficiency is not, there's no way in it. No government on this world is efficient. Efficiency becomes into fact because of an individual's self-interest. He's going to control everything, make sure that he has a maximum return on his investment. So I proposed to them, I said, let me manage this project. I talked to 20 investors, all Afghans. I was going to assign them 10,000 acres each. And believe me, that city would have been developed by now, and at least half. Because Kabul is much stronger than that. And why would it be successful? They were putting the money in, and the government would be just making money in their sleep. The businessmen would give them 20% of all the sales. So they didn't do that. Our calculation at that time showed that $90 billion would have stayed in Afghanistan. $90 billion. The housing project is very financially, they consume funds and money, because there's so many things that you do. First of all, to build one house is going to take at least $150,000. To buy the land is, let's say, another $20,000. And people are, so this is the kind of things which we should do in the next administration, that we concentrate on problem solving. Solve the railroad problem, solve the electricity problem, solve the agriculture. What is the agriculture problem? People in Afghanistan, because of generation, let's say that they have 50 acres of land or 20 acres of land. They have in Afghanistan, every family, you know the families, they have at least 6 children. Money. And when you go outside the city, the less education, the higher the number of children. And the number of wives also go higher. So, we figured that with the time when they divide the land on their children, now people have maybe half an acre. And they get married. Now who can support their children, their family on half an acre of land? It's impossible. Plus they have to, there's no water, they have to put pumps and put fuel for irrigation. They have no money to buy filterizers. It's a mess. So the idea is to converse the word around us in the communities of the civilized nations, in well-to-do nations, to provide $1 billion with all the money that's spent. You know how much money came into Afghanistan? You know how much money. They are saying $300 billion. $1 billion into this fund, investment fund. What they should do is, first of all, the government should give their own government-owned land to the people, everywhere. A person in agriculture should not have less than 10 acres or 20 GD. Then for 1 year they need help. 1 year. Seed, water, and fertilizer. I can assure you that the next year they will be on their own. That's how you develop a country. You don't develop a country by taking everything from the people and concentrating it in government. If you look into our government, we probably have the richest government around the world, personally, and for every person. Can you imagine that a governor in Afghanistan will have $3 billion? Can you imagine? In Afghanistan, or 1,000 million, or 500 million, it's an outrage. So the issue in here is, you give this, they will be on their own the next year. That's the philosophy should be, give the possibilities to the people so they can make their own lives. Because those people outside the number is very great. You have 600,000 people inside the government, but you have 20 million eligible for work, or 17 million outside of the government. Now if 17 million can make it, you made Afghanistan. And this should be the policy of the next generation. And just less politics, concentrate on the economy, give all the possibilities. Now, here's you are all educated people. When you graduate, you will get a job in the government, somebody will get a job in an NGO, somebody with the United Nations, some businesses and all that. But let me tell you about somebody else. What about a graduate from high school? You know, how many are there? What about somebody who didn't go to school? Now, here's what comes, skills. Now, let's say that, think about this one individual. There are so many, there may be millions. Let's say somebody is working for a bakery shop, Nanwahi. He is the age 14 with his father. He gets 22. His father gets him a girl, they get married, they have 2 children. Now, he cannot afford that anymore. He cannot live on the 6,000 Afghanis which they are receiving right now, our information shows. So, is there a system that he could go to? He says, I have a 10 years experience as a non-boy, a baker. Can I have a loan of 200,000 Afghanis to open my own? The answer is no. But if your answer is no, you're not a country. If you could not finance somebody who wants to get a business of his own, as a baker, as a butcher, as a carpenter, fills car, all other this profession, if you cannot finance them, then as a nation, you're not together. So this is what needs to change in Afghanistan. That help in finances is available to those who would like to, or have desire to make their own life. And this is a must in order for us to make it as a nation. Now, a little bit of politics, just a small amount. I'm not a politician by profession, but I think that Afghanistan will go forward. We should not be afraid of 2014. This is just a political environment created to make people scared. Hopefully, there will be election in 2014, and whoever wins, we should stand all behind him. But all of you should vote for those who has a plan for this country. No more of this, because I'm so and so and I'm so and so and I'm so. You should ask them, what is your plan? What are you going to do in politics? What are you going to do in security-wise? What is your economic plan? What about all these issues that we discuss here? And they must have an answer for you. And you vote for those who provide you the best answers. And don't fall for this other side issues, which is nothing got to do with you getting a job. It's nothing got to do. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Karzai. Only 15 minutes, since most of you have questions. When asking questions, please keep your question. So you can raise your hands if you have a question. You first.